their favorites. And there's nothing that you, and or me can do about it, okay? It is what it is. However, I think there comes a point where you can't lose your human side because you love a particular celebrity. There's a lot of names. There's a lot of names being mentioned in those files. But I hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. So we're going to talk about it. And some people don't want me talking about it, right? Simply because it's Beyonce and Jay-Z. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn because I will always place a child above any man, period. And I wouldn't give a damn if John the Baptist's name was in the files. We would talk about it. And I think what most of you are forgetting is there are children that have been hurt. There are children that have been unalived. And I don't give a damn if you did it or not. But if you were privy to an act, then you got what's coming to you. That's the most important message about these files. Children. And if you continue to prioritize men over children, what the hell are you doing? So every time you see something, you hear something, and you find yourself getting mad, question yourself and say, why am I mad? Why am I so triggered that people want justice for these children, even if it's one of my faves? Even if it's somebody that I think are Black excellence, even if it's somebody that I think, they're beautiful and they're successful, and what is it about me? And there you have it. And there you have it. Y'all, they said Apple Music, the NFL, Tina Knowles have unfollowed Jay-Z. They say Beyonce has lost millions of followers. Am I right? This is not good. This is not good no matter how you slice it and dice it. This is not good. And I want to say this. We have to keep in mind, until we know, we don't know. But we do know horrible things were done to these children. Melinda Gates validated that. Bill Gates' wife. She said, but that's his. I'm not out here to defend himself. She said, I feel bad for these children. She said, I can remember myself at that age as a young girl. I remember raising my girls at that age. So we can all, whether you like it or you don't. So check yourself. We can all agree, I hope, that we know bad things happen to those children. Period. And I wouldn't give a damn who was in the room. And before I really get into it, let me ask you something. Have you ever been accused of a crime that you didn't commit while you were at home? Nowhere near it. Has anybody ever accused you of robbing a bank and you know damn well you were not at the bank? Raise your hand. Has anybody ever accused you of touching a child and you never did it? Has anybody ever accused you of rape, molestation? Has anybody ever accused you of stealing from the store when you was way on vacation? Nope, exactly. You know why? Because where am I going with this? Nope. Now, there are situations, unfortunately, where people have had eyewitness accounts and they've been flawed and said, oh, he's the one that did this and that. Come to find out it wasn't that person. That doesn't happen often. As a person of a particular means, money, access, privilege, you typically don't hear about repeated accusations of children, young girls, let's just say minors, children, minors, and nobody could place you in a room. Before Jay-Z's name was released, was this the first time you ever heard of anything regarding Jay-Z? Allegations, rumors, conspiracies. It wasn't my first time. It wasn't my first time, but we tend to overlook it. And like we talked about last night, I think the reason why we have to talk about our own internal biases. I think part of where the problem stems from on this side of the fence, because now we have Black folks being mentioned in the Epstein files. I think when we really start to look at the Diddy's and the Jay-Z's and Kanye's been telling you about Jay-Z and Pusha T's, is because some of their first victims, inappropriate behavior in the rap game, were Black girls. Oh, yeah. And because you don't value your girls, and when I say you, I'm talking about as a community, and because Black girls are deemed fast, unworthy, just y'all's response to, we don't even talk about molestation in our own communities, but because they're not deemed valuable, there are no consequences. Well, what you mean they're not deemed valuable? You don't prosecute. You don't try to put them away. You didn't make a big deal out of the rumors of Foxy Brown, Jay-Z, and Beyonce. Why are we giving men access to our children? I know you don't value them because listen, I'm going to talk my shit today. I know you don't value them. You get a boyfriend, and because you're in love, he gets access to your children 90 days down the road. I know you don't value them. Not everybody. Not everybody tuned in. I'm talking to some. Some. We could start there. Just perfectly innocent behavior. I know you don't value the kids like you say you do. Because why should a man have access to your child, Evelyn? Didn't y'all say he met her when she was 12? Years later came back, got her, impregnated her? Why would he even have access to your child? I remember a man said this. He says, be careful with these men around your kids because they're your daughters, because they're waiting for them to grow up. The ones with a little decency. I'm going to wait for them to grow up. But if you think about it and you're putting these girls and you putting these boys in front of these folks, some of them, look, got a little bit of integrity, the game, because I'm going to just wait for her to grow up. And when Shannon Sharp said, hold up, bro, there's a clear age difference. Did you know who Shanice was when you saw her out? Now that she was older? Oh, yeah, I know who she was. Of course you did, because you met her when she was a little girl. And you sat back and you waited. So when they say, listen, well, Jay-Z didn't get with Beyonce till she was 17, 16, whatever, 18. Well, he met her when she was 16, allegedly, and started dating her when she was 18. It's still inappropriate. Because what was in your brain with this 16-year-old? That's what we call grooming, y'all. That's what we call grooming. I ain't gonna lie. Ladies, I think you're in trouble. I think you're in trouble. All we need is a few good men. You remember that movie, A Few Good Men? And now men don't even check other men. Men ain't even out here whooping ass like they should be. Men ain't even stepping up to say, hold up, homeboy. You can't date her. I wouldn't give a damn if she is legal. Dude, that's gross. So when you think about how early Jay-Z had access to Beyonce, it's inappropriate, period. Miss Tina, you gave access. Matthew, you gave access. I keep asking myself, how in the world did these men get access to these kids that they can film them and do whatever? Where the parents? Are we so? A lot of you live vicariously through your kids. You didn't make it. You didn't do it. You weren't honored.